Hello there.
Hi. I had to ruin it. I'm sorry.
No, it's not ruined. It's not ruined. It's even better.
Yeah.
It's even fucking better.
We gotta update you all on a couple of things.
Yeah. It's been go ahead.
It's been a hot minute. Well, sort of. First things first, the next episode of The Call that is about to come out, 4/22, is the last episode of The Call currently. This arc will conclude.
Oh, yeah.
So we figured we should get something out to talk a little bit about what's going to happen after that. What is happening after that?
Well, another nice thing about the finale of The Call, of course, is it is going to be a longer episode.
Yeah.
I can't
90 minutes to 2 hours?
90 minutes to 2 hours. I didn't want to break it up. I remember when we were sitting down, I just didn't want to break it up. I was like, nah, we're just going to finish this thing, and we're just going to call it.
It was a time.
I made them speechless.
Oh, yeah. Straight up. It was crazy. It's going to be fun. I'm
Yeah.
So what happened afterwards?
So, we've discussed this before. I've discussed it on the Discord as well about Delta Green. It's a system that we tried out. We have it, still needs to be edited and stuff like that, but we have it all recorded, and we just need to go through it of what we promised quite a while ago, The Call 1973. And there's a new player as well, a good friend of ours, Scott. Playing McQuilty.
Oh my god, he's so
McQuilty. That's all I'm going to give about it. He's so good. He's so good. Because there is 5 players for that show. Moving forward as well, I'm going to try to keep the arcs between 12 to 16 episodes per arc. I've learned from The Call itself, we're over 100 episodes, which is fantastic. I can't believe that there was enough crazy stuff in here to get over 100 episodes.
Long form games are fun.
Yeah, but I figured it might be better to go more to, and easier for recording schedule. If you don't, because
our schedules are absolutely booked. As some of you in the Discord have been talking about, or in the YouTube Premiere chat's been talking about and kind of acknowledged, most of us work in theater or have hobbies in theater, which means that that compared to, like, you've got a site schedule, all that together, our schedules are truly and royally buggered. The episode you're about to see, we recorded back in September.
Yeah. I am looking forward to being on the stream chat, though, on YouTube. On the YouTube chat for that. I will not miss it. I'm actually taking time off work, so there's no risk of me being pulled away.
That makes sense.
Which is really good.
Now, Derek, I gotta ask, does that mean that The Call as it exists is over?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's not over. I'm not going to give anything away about the characters or what The Call will become when it comes about these characters that you really love. Me. Just gotta say that.
Yeah,
I just gotta say that. But I am planning of sort of like other stories around The Call. Some people have heard me talk about this before. Maybe doing an arc with staff members from the mansion.
Yeah.
Side characters, maybe...
Scoobs and the Gang.
Scoobs and the Gang, yeah, that was a big one. Scoobs and the Gang, the band from the Silver Twilight Lodge. I think that would be a bit of fun. I've also been toying with the idea of doing sort of a prequel. Maybe doing some stuff with characters when Aloysius was alive. Maybe something...
That would be cool.
So there's a pile of different avenues that I have for that, although I am not done with the characters that are remaining, if there are any remaining, from the final...
I'm not saying nothing.
From the final episode. I'm sort of going to stick with my niche here, and I'm also been thinking of doing something similar. I got the idea from Delta Green about The Call 1997. I like the idea of that one as well. The Call World War II. I was thinking of anyone who's been listening to the Call itself, or Father O'Malley in one of the episodes throughout that he worked for an organization called the Obscurus. And maybe they will have some kind of prominent role in the... maybe the hints, nudges, whatever. So I have all these different ideas. I am predominantly going to be sticking with the horror universe, the Delta Green, The Call, that setup. Although...
Yes. So we keep saying the space is going to be coming back. The issue is we were so close to finishing off The Call that we just, with how bad our schedules were, we just said, We're just going to stick with it, and we're going to make it happen. So we finished that off, and with the call 1973, that will be airing in the new year on January 12th. And that's going to kind of take place of the call. But in the meantime, that gives us time to start getting caught up in all of our other recordings. And we'll be getting back to recording Spacers ASAP here. A couple of things with that, though. We're changing game systems. We're no longer playing Starfinder because we've been finding that it is very, very hard to play that on an audio primary medium. We know that we do video now. But we don't ever, the video was never planned to take over for the podcast side of things, and so we're trying to keep things audio friendly, and even with video and that goal in mind, Starfinder is very, very visual heavy. So we're switching over to a new game system that you've probably heard me talk about before called Cortex. There will be an entire session getting back into it of us explaining how that rule change is going to go. It also means that everything that we make for the games that I'll be running is community available. We're not allowed to make assets for the call for you guys listening in Discord. So anything that is made through Cortex, we can actually provide. So for those that are asking for modules while they're not the call related, we like ones that I'm running will be able to make those for you and do and provide that stuff that you ask, right? So a little bit more community involvement in how those games will start running. So that's a new thing that we're trying out. So I'll be running that experiment with Spacers, and then we're going to conclude that. And you might start seeing new players popping up in and around the Spacers side of things, and I might change up the game itself. Spacers, once that narrative comes to a close, we'll see where we go from there. I'm going to be sticking to sci-fi, but we're not stuck in that. No, that's stuck. We're not staying in that realm.
I have to say, sorry to cut you off. I have to say, I'm super excited to be playing Old Man Flinch. I am excited. Hopefully, I'm not cut. I'm looking forward to playing Flinch.
We got to rescue you first.
Oh, that's true. I'm going to be playing Tim. But yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I say Flinch, but I'm sure the fan base is all about Greg.
Greg's fun. We like
Greg.
Yes, the game is going to be really, really good about because there's no levels. We'll talk more about that when we actually play Space. So
yes.
Right now.
Yeah. Because we
got questions, ask in Discord. I will answer anything, but we will have a whole episode about it. This does bring up one really big question, though. Is how are we going to spend luck? Everyone that has been spending money on the Ko-fi subscription service so far, thank you very much, by the way. It's been great. The problem is the next continuation episode that you'll be seeing that continues that narrative you've been supporting won't be until June or July. So that's a long time for you to wait while still supporting us to see that support in action, as well as the fact that you started noticing in our last few games that even between the sessions when we were actively playing, those piles just stockpile quite quickly. So we're going to be opening up things. I'm going to be clarifying the Ko-fi a bit. We're going to be adding subscription tiers, so it's a little bit easier to track who's doing what. We're really going to be pushing how engaged we are in the social media side of things. It's just we've been so busy that I am now cutting back on projects, so I'll be more available to do that sort of stuff. And we're putting this video out to front load everybody now for those that are spending money and supporting us that way, which thank you again. Where we're going to be shifting that support for the time being over to Spacers in terms of where you're going to be seeing that, where the players can use that luck pool in Spacers as well. And the goal was always to create it in such a way where if you're donating, you're supporting both shows at once. For now, whilst the call is on a pause with 73 taking place, since 73 was filmed entirely before we even started doing this luck collection thing, there is a different reward for the call 73. It may come in the form of a set of dice, but you'll see on January 12th what that looks like. So there's other ways to be rewarded for watching and participating with us. But yeah, so just forewarning and just kind of being fully transparent about how that money is spent, we're going to be shifting that payment over, not payment over, but with the benefits that the players get over to Spacers primarily. And as we get back into the groove of having those two shows, your one supporting, your one session of support, so that top tier of $18, where it's a penalty die for the keeper in the call, will also be a penalty die for me in my game. So it's shared. But for now, because there is only going to be the one show, it will be that. So I'm fully transparent because some of you are supporting specifically for that story and don't want you feeling like we're taking advantage of that. So that's for you to decide what you want to do with that information as you will.
Yeah, and we're being, just being as fully upfront as possible and being honest. Honestly, I didn't expect the support that we've been getting. It's been fantastic.
I was not prepared for that.
I wasn't prepared for it either, which can clearly be seen by the 500 luck points every now and then I start a session with, and I don't know. And there's only so much I can do. So that's a brilliant idea that Zach had came up with there. And another thing we were discussing, and I believe we
Cortex
talked...
lends itself very well to being able to use stuff like that too.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah. I'm really excited to try out the system as well because I actually haven't had a chance to play it. So I'm looking forward to playing.
Yeah.
Yay! And something else that we were discussing on the Discord as well, and I think even on the YouTube stream as well, it was discussed about potentially doing sort of like a commentary stream of episodes of The Call and potentially Spacers, of course, and putting them out for people to watch it as well. I've had a lot of people ask me and Zach about explaining where our ideas come from. And we figured the easiest way is to sit down, do a commentary of an episode, and we were thinking about putting it in a vote in the Discord.
Yeah. We'll put up episodes. Hey, which episode do you want to see next? And then I think once a month when our schedules line up. It won't be the same day every month. We're going to try once a month to let everyone know in advance what day that's going to be. And we will just listen to an episode live and take questions and talk about the episode as we're listening to it.
I'm really looking forward to that engagement because anyone who's been on the Discord has noticed I'm a bit flip-floppy. I can be there a lot and I cannot be there a lot, and I'm really going to make more of an effort to be on there to answer people's questions. And
New Year's resolution.
Yeah, New Year's resolution. They never work. They never work.
This one will work. Don't tell them that. It'll work.
Never work.
However, that being said, always, as always, we're open to feedback and suggestions, right? If with all these things we're talking about, if you have ideas of we're trying to find a new way to do merch as well. I know our shop hasn't been updated since we first opened it up, but a part of that is we're trying to find a place to sell stuff that works. There was a separate supplier where we had pulled some items and we're selling on our own. But shipping has just gotten to the point where we have to ship those items in, and that triples the cost of the initial item, and then we have to almost 50% add on more into that to then send it out to you. And it's just gotten very unfeasible for the time being. So trying to find a place that allows us to give really cool stuff that is not at an extra cost to you guys, where it's like, hey, it's a $50 t-shirt as opposed to, a reasonably priced t-shirt. That sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Keychains, etc. So we're in the works on that, and my hope is to have that figured out by January.
Yeah, we're trying to keep the horror in the games, not in the price of our merchandise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. That would be great.
That would be wonderful.
In particular, the big one for me is for those that are in the Discord or in the Ko-fi that are at like that highest tier of like giving us as much money as conceivably possible. And you're subscribed to that, you should totally be getting discounts in the shop for that sort of stuff. It is something I am looking at. So those are the kind of ideas that we're looking for, right? So if you have other ideas, please tell us.
And that's a great idea, Zach. I remember when, you mentioned a little bit ago to me about the discount codes. We're trying to do what we can.
The system we have right now does not allow us to do it. That's why it isn't there. Trust me, I'm working on it.
It's not our fault.
It's not our fault, I promise.
It's not our fault. I think that's the plan. I think that's the plan. I think that's it. Yeah. Goodbye there.
Thanks.